Hi guys, Borgio here, back with the Advanced Solo Guides. This is a quick heads up that this guide in particular is live commentary as I was playing through the game. So it's going to be a bit different to the normal ones where I've completely planned out what I wanted to say. I had a rough idea, but the videos are just going to be as I played through the instance. So bear with me. All abilities are still explained and everything you need to do to get through these things. So sit back and enjoy. Hi guys, Borgio here, bringing you another Advanced Solo Guide. As said before, this one is a live commentary on the District of Ash, one of the ones that people probably find a little bit tricky, but there's a lot of nuances with the zone. So first off, let's just talk about the final boss really quickly. You can have it spawn in 4 different locations, depending on what you kill. And through extensive research and testing, I've come to the conclusion, whichever boss you kill last, that dictates where the final boss will spawn. So I've got footage of all the final boss locations and the strats for each, so I'll put those at the end. And also there's a little bit of a bonus clip at the end of dealing with the dog in this instance if you've never done it. However, District of Ash, fairly simple. We're going to do... how's the best way to put this? I've named the boss areas things for myself. So this area is called the Rock. There's a rock boss dead ahead. So what you want to do is we're actually going to spawn the mobs in the Forge, which is my favourite spot. But to spawn the rock boss, what you want to do is run in and pull all these stonemasons that are around this big corpse here. So obviously do it at your own pace, but just kill them the best you can, get them all done, and you'll spawn the first boss, which is, it can be annoying, but we'll show you everything he does. Not too scary. Right, so we'll just get rid of all those really quickly. Right, so now one of the smashes is going to rise and a teleporter is going to appear. From there is going to be an ad. He's going to resurrect the boss and also give him a stone skin that absorbs, I want to say 50 hits, but it could be more. Just kill this guy to start with, just because he's annoying. And then we'll check the boss. There we go. So he's down. Right, so the boss. 100 attacks. So what you want to do is you need to just get 100 attacks in to work off his stone skin first. Once that's done, you can start killing. Now, the big thing to note about this boss is the longer you take, another smasher will rise up with another portal, and another one of those ads will appear. He will put a stone skin back on the boss. In fact, let him do it now. So we're at 40. I'm going to stop attacking. Damage incoming is nothing too scary, nothing too excited. I've taken just over 1 million damage now, finally. Oh, turning it off. I keep toggling my auto attack back on, but as you can see, with some new gear from the instances, this isn't too difficult. I'm currently using the Merc from the expansion. Here we go. So it's come up now. He's not great. He does some damage, but hopefully he's going to be able to do this, put the shield up before he dies, maybe. Yeah, here he is. So he's casting Flame Hardened Stone, and as you can see, he now absorbs 100 attacks again. So you've got ages to do it. I think priests you may take a bit longer, but you know, at the end of the day, it's fine. I nearly killed him through auto attack with my pet. In fact, my Merc nearly killed him completely, and the Merc was doing 250k DPS. So, loot it up. So this area was called Rock. Now, I want to do him in the Forge, so I'm actually going to go and do the Forge next. So Forge is up the stairs. You can bypass this pack that stood in the middle here by sticking to the right and heading around the corner. However, if this is your first time in the instance, there will be a dog stood here who will punt you backwards if you get close to him. Coming around this corner is enough to punt you backwards. 9 times out of 10 you'll end up in this pack over here. But for now we're going to ignore it because I've cleared the dog. If you want to clear the dog first, you don't need to kill any bosses to be able to move him. But he's already gone in this one, so I can't tell you. So next boss, this is the Forge Master. The Forge Master starts with 75% damage reduction and 3 stacks of increased damage. To get rid of these, you need to kill the Weaponsmiths to get rid of the weapon buffs and the Armorsmiths to get rid of the armor buffs. These are separate encounters, so you can easily go over and kill the Weaponsmiths. I always kill the Weaponsmiths first, just in case you do aggro the boss, because he walks really slowly anyway, and if he gets to you, if you've aggroed him, he's going to hurt, so kill the Weaponsmith first. While he's got all of his armour on, his armour buff, here you go, I've aggroed him now. He walks super slow, as you can see, super slow. As you kill the Armorsmith, bits of his armour will fall off and he'll start moving faster, until eventually he's at normal run speed. So I've pulled the pack behind me, because I'm pro. Let's get rid of everything here real quick. So the Armorsmith, there you go, he's lost his helmet, you can see that. We'll kill the next Armorsmith. And he's lost his shoulders. And now we kill the last one and he'll lose the rest of his armour. And that's it for cleaning off his buffs that he's got. However, as you would have seen there, he said something about his anvil. What he'll do is he'll throw an anvil at you, which will give you a trauma debuff. This hits for relatively hard and will disarm you. So you can either pot cure it, although I'm out of potions, or just wait for it to wear off. 5 more seconds and beat him up. The ticking damage isn't too high. You can see my Zerka's taking it fine. The Merc not so much. I would still highly recommend bringing Stamper in. In fact, I'm going to rehire Stamper after this. I'm done testing this Merc. So there it said his anvils cover a much larger area. He's hit me with an anvil again. And I can't do anything about it because I haven't got my potions, because I'm really, really clever. There we go, the Merc's down, so that's fine. There we go, it's worn off. Let's get it done now. And I'm going to definitely quickly rehire Stamper after this. Alright, there we go, he's dead. So, let's pull Stamper out. Merc is that one. Stamper. Oh, 40 seconds, okay. So, as I said, this area I call the Forge. It might not be what it is called, but I call it the Forge. Now, in order to get the last boss to spawn in this area, you need to make sure that you do the boss that I'm going to do last. However, next boss is, I call it Basement. Basement is this way. This is a lift, and the button is on the wall here. Lots of people miss that. 17 seconds to hire Stamper. So this is probably the most boring one here to get the boss to spawn. What you do when you hit this area, don't worry about the pack there or the pack in front. Come and stand next to the lava. I like to stand just here. And what's going to happen is, there's Stamper. I'm just going to put Stamper on none so he stays near me. Waves of ads are going to appear, and of course Stamper goes and gets that one. Waves of ads appear, and all they're going to do is you just need to keep standing here in order to get the ads to keep spawning. Something unseen disturbs the flow of light. If you move away, the scent is lost to them, they stop spawning. So you want to make sure you stay in this spot if you can. Anywhere on the edge of the lava works, so if you did want to clear the ads either side, you can do that. However, I find standing here easier because you don't need to kill anything unnecessary. So it's like 6 waves of these things before the boss spawns. So I'm just going to fast forward through the ads now, and we'll get to the boss. And here's the boss spawning now. He comes from the left-hand side. All you need to know about this one is he will put a debuff on you where he gives you his eye. You'll have a giant eyeball above your head and your screen goes grey. While that's on you, nothing really much happens. But he will attempt to take it back. And what he'll do is he will turn to look at you wherever you're stood. I like to stand here by a pillar. There's no knockback, so let's let him do it. So I'm just going to stop. He's casting his gaze upon me. There we go. So now I've been hit with it. And what's going to happen is I'm slowed, which is fun. I've got a big eyeball, and when he attempts to take his eyeball back, he's going to basically do a frontal cone AoE where you're stood. So he is rooted, just walk behind him. or walk out of line of sight. So I'm just going to wait. There we go. Turns to collect his eye from you. So I'm going to walk behind him. He does the AoE. And it's all good. There we go. And just finish him off. In the heroic is slightly different, but I'm going to go through the heroics when I do the heroic guides. However, for all intents and purposes, that's it for this. You can kill him before he even does it if you've got high DPS. And so there we go. We have one boss remaining. One boss location remaining, and then the final boss will spawn in the Forge, which is the area up here, up the lift. He will spawn in this area, which is great. So the last boss, I call it Port, because the boss teleports. So that is down the stairs. And this one's super simple, to be honest. It's another one of those fights where you need to wait and actually do the script. They've done a good job of making it so you can't bypass all the scripts. In these places, there's always a couple that you can't bypass. So, oh, he's going to aggro. Let's get rid of him. So, Port then. What I'd advise you doing is, if you stand near these black things, ads will spawn. So let me just do that to get one. Clear this guy, because you may get him later. So, if you spawn an ad, no big deal. Just don't run near these things if you can help it. I'm going to get rid of this, so you can see. Well, I don't know where Stamper is. He's buggered off somewhere. Right, so this is the next boss, Gavitzel. Run near him, hail him, and he's going to go, blah, 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 you're really weak. And he's going to res these dead skeletons. It's really hard to see here because of the cloth in the sky, but he's going to res the skeletons. You want to kill those off first. Here we go. Right, so Merc settings for this one, probably don't have them set on don't assist. Reason being, and make sure you call him off, reason being, you don't want to really be stood by Gavitzel while he's in his shield. Okay, if I target him, he's got 99 stack of reduction anyway, and he will constantly just cast damage out. So what I like to do is, I like to stand mid-room, and what he's going to do is he's going to port away. Now, to get rid of his shield, he's going to port there. He's ported now. I've got a bomb that's following me. Run up past the boss, and it will stick to him, and then just get away, because it's going to explode. If you've got heals with you, or you are a healer, you don't really need to want to run away, but be aware, when it goes off, it is a knockback, so you can get thrown into extra adds. But it doesn't hurt too much. It's about 300-400k damage, so it's easily healable. I just don't trust Stamper to do it. So, hey, he spawned up with me here. Run the bomb to him. Run away. You've got to do this 5 times. So this is number 2, and then he will say something like, oh, I give up on my shield, or something. You take 10% off him each time, so when he hits 50%, he is now killable. So there's Stamper doing a heal. Let's see where he ports to next. Okay. The spots where he can port to are basically anywhere on this platform that doesn't have a black blob on it. So he can spawn up top, as you've seen, where I'm stood now, where he is now, where he started, and the other side of this sort of thing here in the middle there. So all I like doing is I like just watching from range, and when he disappears, see where he goes. I'm getting really lucky here, and he's coming straight to me. So this is be one more after this one. So we'll stand here. I'm going to hit Battle Frenzy just for fun. I mean, you can go and hit him, but he has 99% damage reduction, so there's little point, really. So we'll stand over here. Wait for him to port. He's ported. Has he? Yes. So he's gone to the final spot. Right, to get this one without hitting the black, just run over the top of this. Run the other side of him. When it's stuck, again, to get backwards this way, run over the top here. And there we go. And now he will come and run at me. And you won't kill him. He will run away, but he will send his shield after you, the Mouldy Shield. And the Mouldy Shield does nothing. Nothing remotely interesting anyway. I've never had it do anything. I did this on my Inquisitor earlier, and again, it still did nothing. It's got less hit points than the boss. It's like the bar brawl if you've been there. Right, so, because we did this place last, he will spawn in the Forge. The Forge of Brel, there you go. Now, we'll go through the Forge of Brel first, and then I will cut footage in afterwards of each of the other boss spawns and how you get them to spawn in that particular location. So, just to reiterate really quickly, that boss we just did I call Port. This boss here I call Rock. We've obviously got Forge, where we're going now anyway to kill the final boss, and down the bottom is the basement. So, Forge, here we are. Basically, it's the same fight. It's the same fight as the Forge boss. So you've got Gavitzel on one side, Kugdava on the other. Gavitzel in each spot does exactly the same thing. Gavitzel will take a bit of damage and then put a shield up. And if you hit him when he's got that shield up, you will hurt yourself by a lot. So you basically want to move away from him if he gets his shield up. Kugdava does different things at each spot. Right, Kugdava is the one who currently has the buff. It's the weapon damage buff and the armor buff. So what you want to do is kill the Warsmiths. Now these can be separately pulled because they're not part of the same encounter as the boss. So I like to just pull a few, make sure you get them all. There's 4 each. There's 5 each side. Sorry. So let's kill these off. Only pull what you're comfortable pulling, guys. If you can range pull, you saw I pulled this with my bow. You can easily get. I just do 2 at a time. You probably body pull these safer than pulling them like I did. Right, so there we go. So let's see how many stacks he's lost. He's down to 50, so each of these is worth 10% of his buff. So that should be another 2. Let's hit that one there, and hopefully get the last 2 as well. Yeah, so that's going to be all his buffs off. Now, when dealing with this final boss, I always recommend killing Kugdava first. The reason being, Gavitzel's just going to put up his shield anyway, but if you kill Kugdava first, he stops doing his shield, which is the damage shield. So Kugdava will have exactly the same effects that the boss did last time. He will do the anvil, and let's see if we can let him do it. So I've pulled him, and we're gonna auto attack a bit. Right, if you see Gavitzel charbroils himself in a fiery mold, he's put his shield up. Let's target him. There you go. Prevents AoE, roots caster, and you deal nearly 400k damage to yourself when you hit. So Stamper is busy meleeing him like a complete numpty and died because obviously he's pro. And my control over him was pretty weak. So eventually Gavitzel comes back. We'll just carry on with Kugdava for now. Nearly dead. There we go. He's new fiery mold. We'll move away. Maybe he doesn't do the disarm, actually. Maybe it's just a case of you break his armor off and you're done. Right, he's dead. So now you wait for Gavitzel to come out of his shield. If he's in a shield, wait, because you're just going to kill yourself. So we're just going to stand here, and once he comes out, he stops doing his shield and he just dies. And that is how you do, well, District of Ash with this final boss location. However, I know, even though you don't need to know for the solo, I'm going to show you the rest of the boss spawns. And then if you're doing heroic, which gives you the achievements for doing them in different areas, you know exactly how to spawn them. But it's all about which boss you kill last spawns the next one. So as normal, guys, if you like this video, subscribe, tell your friends, hit a like little button on there. I'm Borgio, and I'll see you guys next time. To get the bosses to spawn in the basement, you need to do Rock as the last boss. This place is exactly the same as anywhere with Gavitzel, but Kugdava will turn into the lizard that you killed down here anyway, and do pretty much the same things. So just kite away from Gavitzel as normal, and when Kugdava transforms, pew pew him. I don't think he even managed to give me his eye. So if he does do that, just move behind him as normal. If not, just twat him until he dies, and then move on to Gavitzel. To get the boss to spawn in the port point, do the Forge last. This fight's a little bit different from normal, from when you did it before. As normal, Gavitzel will put up his fiery shield, so just burn him if you want to and then ignore him. However, Kugdava this time will teleport around. And when he does, he will open a rift portal on the floor where he lands, and the bomb needs to be dragged to the rift portal, not to Kugdava. You'll see that here. I'm doing it with my Inquisitor so the fight lasted a bit longer. Mainly because I needed to do it on more tunes to get all the boss footage, and this seemed like the quickest way to do it for me. So this buff I'm showing you here is the same buff that you always get with Gavitzel around. So Kugdava is going to port now, and he goes right to the top for me. So it says here, use the bomb or something. And I'm like, what bomb? So I open my inventory looking for the bomb. I don't have anything, and then I realised it's at my feet. So I thought, I'm just going to run it into this. And that. Run it into the black portal, it sticks. It does the usual, it explodes, it knocks you back, does some damage. But that's about it for this spot, guys. So kill Kugdava, then kill Gavitzel. To get the boss to spawn at rock, do basement last. So the things you might want to do on this one is just clear off any trash that's in the way. You don't really need to clear these ones by the buttons, since the buttons don't work in solo. They used to, but they don't now. So in this spot, Kugdala and Gavitzel. Gavitzel's the same, as always, puts his shield up, move away. Kugdava turns into the big golem, and he has the shield on, except his shield has 100 stacks when he transforms. And to get the stacks off, you have to crush him using the crushers. Now, you used to be able to press the buttons. However, in this case, they just go up automatically. So if you're using a Merc, make sure you drag him through. It doesn't hurt you if you get hit by the crusher on Advanced Solo. So there you go, slam him down. It takes 25% off per hit. So while he's stuck in there, do a bit to Gavitzel. If you're lucky, you can probably kill Gavitzel before he gets a shield up. I didn't this time, but I do on the next round. And unfortunately, start doing some damage to Kugdava. However, he's going to take reduce, but you can still do some. Now, I'm investigating the buttons here because in the beta, you used to be able to click the buttons to raise up the smashers, but they got rid of that. So you just wait for them automatically to go. You can easily kill him if he's only taking 50% damage. Look, I've got him down 0.5% already. This is the only time I'd recommend probably killing Gavitzel first if you can. Just it gets rid of him, there's nothing else to do. And then kill Kugdava. And that should be all the spots, guys. So next up, there's a little bit of bonus footage of how to move the dog, which I recorded with my Inquisitor because he was the only toon I had which hadn't done it yet. So that's coming up after the fade. So the fade's coming now. Okay, so the dog quest. Down near the port spot, you want to run up to this table and pick up this bowl of water. This bowl of water is what you're going to feed to the dog. If you run back to the dog, he now will not knock you back. So we're going to make our way up the stairs all the way back to the forge room. And in the forge room, obviously, you know, around the corner from the video earlier is the dog. So just up here, avoid anything you've left. I was just checking to see if I'd left mobs there. I hadn't. Turn around the corner. There's no knockback now. Click the dog to give him the water. And then right-click the dog and set him free. And that is moved the dog. So now you don't have to worry about going into heroic and getting knocked back when your group doesn't, into loads of ads and stuff and annoying people. And now I'll just show you where to turn it in really quick. So the fade takes me outside, but yeah, go outside of Maldura and fly over the mission givers towards the front gate. And there is a guy called Bardane who stood next to this sort of outlet for the forge just down here. Run near him and the dog will ping, and there you go. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed District of Ash. As normal, like, favourite and subscribe. I'm Borgio. I'll see you guys next time.